Hi guys, Michael here and welcome to another Just My Opinion. So on this one I'm going to be talking again about PewDiePie. Yes, I've been asked by a couple of people about this this thing with PewDiePie where the Wall Street Journal have come after him again and all these other places. I don't even know most of them because they're irrelevant places. They're irrelevant rags now that nobody really reads. But what basically happened is, and if you listen to this, you probably already know the story, but I'll fill you in anyway. PewDiePie, because he's managed to manipulate so many people into, and before anybody gets on my case, I told you already, I love his hustle, it's excellent, but it is manipulation on an absolutely massive scale, and even though I love it, I'm just gonna call it out as what it is. So anyway. Yeah, he basically, because of what manipulation he's managed to do, he's managed to manipulate so many people into subscribing to him and gaining so many more millions, he decided he was going to do a charity stream. Now, that in itself should earn him some kudos, because he doesn't have to do it. Let's face it, I mean, he doesn't have to, nobody can force him. It's up to him. He can just sit back, like he does, let everybody else do all work, like he does, let everybody else advertise his channel for him, like he does, and then just rake the money in, like he does. He could just keep doing that and not do another thing. But he actually did a live stream. So it was this thing called Cry, I think it was, that was for kids in India. Now, that is a great thing. He raised a lot of money, which he does, which is a great thing. Did he get any pats on back from places like Wall Street Journal for doing that? No. No, he didn't. He didn't get a pat on back from any of these rags that are inconsequential now. But, you know, it doesn't matter. I'm sure he don't care anyway. But no, he never got a pat on back for it. But what did happen was at the end of the video, he shouted out 28 channels that he wanted to kind of give back to. So these were 28 channels that he does watch. 28 channels that he watches. They're smaller channels. They weren't big channels. You know, some of them were quite low, and they're just channels that he's seen a video or more that he's liked over time. So he kind of gave a shout out to them. Well, one of them was by this creator called ER, and what happened where PewDiePie, of course, he can't check every person's content, all the videos. You know, some of them people he shouted out will have had hundreds of videos. So he can't sit and watch every single video. It would be stupid to think it. But of course, anyway, we'll get there. So it would be completely retarded and stupid to think they were going to sit and check every single video. But anyway, one of these creators, only one, had done a video that had got some anti-Semitic kind of imagery in it. PewDiePie didn't know it was anti-Semitic imagery, but that doesn't matter. He's still guilty apparently. But yeah, you'd think if he were an anti-Semite, he'd have actually called out more than one channel out of 28 that have it in. But apparently, only this one channel had a video or two with anti-Semite stuff in it, but no other channel did apparently. Every other channel was just a normal channel. It just got a shout out, like he said he did, like he said he was going to do. So, kind of makes you think there, doesn't it? And if he were going to really be an anti-Semite, he'd be shouting out every creator with that kind of content in their videos. But he didn't. He was shouting out just people that he liked their videos. And when he went to this when he called this ER out, shouted this ER out, he basically said that this ER did a video on Death Note, which is something that PewDiePie really likes. PewDiePie really likes Death Note. So he watched it and he liked it, so he gave him a call out for it. Fair enough. So what happened then? Well, these completely irrelevant journalists that are part of these completely irrelevant kind of rags that people don't read anymore, decided they were going to go after PewDiePie to make out an anti-Semite. And this is my opinion on that. I think it's disgusting. I think it's stupid, retarded and disgusting, and I'll tell you why. Because for one, they didn't go after ER. They hardly went after him. They hardly mentioned him. Just PewDiePie. It was almost like PewDiePie had posted him, but he didn't. That ER did. Where was his newspaper article? Where was his articles that were shouting him out and really giving him a hard time? They weren't there. Why? Because they went after PewDiePie. Now, yes, you could argue, oh, well, yeah, but PewDiePie's got a lot more influence than ER has. And he has, I admit. But that doesn't mean you have to ignore the person who actually did the crime. If somebody shoots somebody and somebody else laughs about it, and that person who laughed about it, has more influence, you're not going to say, oh, well, him that did shoot it, it's alright, he can go. But we'll just arrest this guy who laughed because he's got more influence. That's absolutely pathetic. That's a stupid, retarded way to think. And if that's the way you think, then obviously you've got very little in the way of intelligence. Somebody else did the thing. They did the post. They made the video. But yet you leave them alone to go after PewDiePie. So I have to think, well, what's the real reason why you went after PewDiePie? And then it comes down to the thing I've always said, business. It's not about PewDiePie having more influence over people. It's about that they, by using PewDiePie's name, can get more clicks on their articles, which gives them more readers, right? So it's all to do with business. Because let's face it, these irrelevant, inconsequential rags that nobody reads anymore, and these completely irrelevant journalists that work for them, they know that these things are going out of fashion. Wall Street Journal and all that kind of stuff, going out of fashion. Nobody reads it no more, nobody cares. So what do? They need to generate clicks, they need to generate people reading their articles. So what do? They use PewDiePie. Now here's the thing I have to say about this, and the reason I say they're using him for that, for clicks, is simply because, like I said, they didn't do an article on ER for doing the video. No, they didn't care about that, because ER can't get them many clicks, nobody's going to read that. So they just went with PewDiePie because everybody can read that. So what I'm going to say now is this. If he is an anti-Semite, I know he isn't, I'm not saying he is, and I absolutely 100% don't think he is. But if he's an anti-Semite, and that's what they think, and they're then using his name, then they are willingly using an anti-Semite to make themselves more clicks. Which means Wall Street Journal is guilty of using anti-Semite stuff for making them more popular. And yet they claim that they're so against it, but yet they seem to be happy to use it to try and make them more popular. It's disgusting. It's pathetic. And they should be ashamed. It's like, oh, we'll leave this ER alone, but we'll go after PewDiePie just to make ourselves bigger. But we'll accuse them of some terrible things. But the problem is when you accuse somebody of terrible things, but then you use them to make yourself bigger, or to make yourself more important, then that makes you look bad. Because it makes it look like you're using that kind of topic to make you a bigger name. You don't give a shit about whether a PewDiePie is an anti-Semite or not. You don't really care. But by accusing him on it, you're going to get people who are going to read the articles. So you are now Wall Street Journal, who became more famous because you used an anti-Semite to get you more famous. Well done. That just shows how much integrity you've got. What were it? Journalists used to have integrity. They used to care about integrity at one time, didn't they? Now they don't care. Now they'll even use people who they think are anti-Semite to try and get them more popular. It's disgusting. That's where you've come. That's where journalism's come now. So, read what you want. I don't care. If you read this and you like to go and listen to read Wall Street Journal or any other, I don't even know the names. That shows how much I care about them. That's how it shows how irrelevant they are. I don't even give a shit about them. But they're all going after PewDiePie and that. And it's like, well, you're all using an anti-Semite then to get yourself, according to them, an anti-Semite. I don't think he is, but according to them, they openly say he's an anti-Semite, and they're going to use that to make themselves big, or make themselves bigger, or to rekindle interest in them. It's like, you're pathetic. If you're going to do that, you're pathetic. And it just shows that you have no integrity whatsoever. You've lost it. You probably lost your audience because you've got no integrity. Because most of your pieces these days are attacking people, seeing if you can hurt someone, looking out for a new victim who you can bash and make feel bad. Well, that shows what kind of people you are. You're supposed to be reporting on news. You say a news story, that's it. You move on to the next news story. That's what you're supposed to be doing. You don't, though. You write about 5 or 6 articles on PewDiePie because you know that's going to get you your clicks. Doesn't matter if you think it's an anti-Semite. You're willing to use that. You're willing to make clicks up for an anti-Semite. That just shows how bad you are. That just shows how little integrity you've got. So yeah, it's disgusting. And then I was asked about this KSI Deji thing again, because Deji responded to KSI's latest music video, Beerus, which is a Dragon Ball Z god. And yeah, he weren't happy. I'll link his video in the description, you can read it yourself, but all he basically does is rant for about 7 or 8 minutes on Randolph. Just basically saying how he hates him, and if he ever sees him, he'll punch him. Or if Randolph ever touches him, he'll punch him, or something like that. And that's about it. You know, Deji needs to take a chill pill, he really does. He really just needs to take a deep breath, find somewhere nice and calming, and just relax. You know, end of the day, you know, you had a load of shit with your brother, sort your family out, stop being a dick, stop being a child. You know what I mean? Take it offline. Alright, you hate Randolph, fine, hate him. But stop going on about your brother, oh God complex, he ought to be, you know, look at him. No, just leave it. You keep making it worse. And it's almost like you've found that you've got something you can do now that's going to drive people up, like build people up. And now you're just playing it. But it's coming at a family's cost. You know, I don't care. Maybe this is all fake. I don't give a shit, to be honest with you. If it is fake, then I'll be honest with you, you are both very sick people. You know, because the fact that you would use family as a reason to try and get people behind you and to feel sorry for you and that's sick. And not sick in a good way. Not like, oh, that's sick, but that is just sick and twisted and pathetic if you use family for that. So, you know, but if it isn't fake, then fine. But take it offline, because it's getting stupid. Alright, you hate Randolph. Fine. Have nothing to do with it. Fine. You don't have to like him. You don't have to talk to him. You don't even have to acknowledge he exists. Fine. But your brother you do. Is your brother. Is your brother. My brother's fucked up a few times. But I still know he exists. You know, he is still there. He is still my brother. You know, so don't push it all away. Because trust me, there'll be a time when YouTube into you and it all calms down. And YouTube calms down, and you know, everybody has to go out on their own way and do other things with their lives, and you're going to actually then be looking around and wondering what happened, because you're going to see what devastation you've caused for yourself by playing YouTube game. See, this is it. YouTube's evil. YouTube makes people act in a really fucking retarded manner, and people keep doing it. People keep doing really crazy things on YouTube, and then one day when YouTube isn't here, or it's shut down, or there's another website that's even bigger and people have moved onto there and YouTube's there, you're going to look round and you're going to look at the devastation around your feet and you're going to say, what the fuck did I do? What the hell did I sacrifice to get where I am? And believe me, in some cases it's going to be worth it. Some of you won't be bothered, but some of you, yeah, some of you will be bad. It could be bad what you've lost, and you'll regret it in future. So rather than regret it in future, put your thinking head on now and sort it out, and stop being a dick. Simple as that. Anyway, I think that's about it. Oh, and YouTube Rewind sucked. Yes, I know it sucked. I saw it, I looked at it, it sucked. It was, we can give the people what they need without even knowing what the people needed. You know what I mean? If YouTube took 5 minutes, I'll tell you, YouTube, if you listen to this, here's a tip. Before you do your next YouTube Rewind, why not ask the community what they want in it? Instead of telling them what they want in it and doing a video and doing YouTube Rewind and having somebody say, it's our rewind this year, so we can give the people what they want. No, you never once asked the people what they wanted. You didn't put any polls up and said, who do you want in this, or can you give us suggestions? Yeah, you didn't do it because you knew what you'd get. You knew you'd get names like PewDiePie and all this kind of stuff, and you don't want to put him in. You want to keep punishing him for something he did years ago, even though people who have done just as bad, or even worse in some cases, have got their YouTube red film back. You know what I'm talking about. So, you know, but that's just how you work. I've always been saying with YouTube, I've always been honest. You suck at where you work like this. You completely punish people completely differently, depending on who they are and how they are and what they are to you. That's it. You punish them completely differently. So, yeah, I'm just saying, it's just how it is. If you want to do a YouTube Rewind where you can really say, oh, you know, we're going to give the community, the YouTube community, what they want, then try asking the community. Because otherwise, all you're doing is telling us what we want. And look what happened. You got the most disliked video on YouTube. out of all the millions of videos on YouTube, you got the most you disliked one. And it happens to be the one video where you've said, we're going to give the community what they want. And look what you got for it. That's because you didn't ask. You know, try just for a second, take a step back and stop telling the community what it wants and stop pushing things on the community and actually start listening to the community. Sort your shit out with all these problems you're having, especially with copyright right now, where companies are hitting everybody with for music and everything. Sort all this shit out and actually respect your creators. Instead of thinking, oh, but they're making money because of us. No, there were a time when you had nothing and you were built up on these creators, on the backs of these creators. Somebody like PewDiePie built you up. Somebody like PewDiePie is keeping you up. It's these big people like him that are keeping you up, whether you like to hear it or not. And you just keep treating them like shit. You're lucky that they keep taking it. But try giving a little bit back. Ask the community what it wants before the next rewind, and start to treat your creators that are actually very loyal to you with a little bit more respect, instead of just treating them like they're some second-class citizen that you're just going to ignore on sideline when they're doing their damnedest to help keep this thing going. Anyway, that's it. I'm going to leave it at that. So there you go. They're the things I've been asked about this time. And again, if you've got anything else you want to ask me, you can either send me an email at asklordug@gmail.com, or you can ask me in comments. And the next my opinion video I do, I'll put them in if I think they need putting in. As for games, sorry, I've been very busy right now, Christmas and that. I haven't had really time to sit down and do a lot of gaming, so I haven't had anything recorded, but I will be. I'll be doing some soon, and hopefully there'll be more. I haven't really been even playing Red Dead Redemption. I hadn't had time, so it's been really busy for me. So, but I will get back on, and there are some other games I'm going to be playing, yes, so I'll have some different videos coming up soon. But until then, again, give me your comments, tell me what you think. Do you agree with me? Do you not agree with me? Like, dislike, say hello, whatever. It's up to you. I'm happy either way. So you take really good care. I'll speak to you soon. And bye for now.